Yeah, petty treats. Petty treats, yeah. That's one happy dog right there. Cause this is the right here. That's the best spot to scritch on this dog, right there. Absolute best spot. Yeah, could you hug? Oh, thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. It's a good girl. It's a good girl. You want to hold my hand? Okay, there you go. Can I have a paw, baby? How about that? Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, she's chroma keying out. I might have to fix that. She's chroma keying out a little bit. Betty, why is your tongue hanging out over there? Why is your tongue hanging out? She's got my hands. Okay, thank you, Penny. Good girl, good girl. Alrighty. Oh yeah, I'm the Penny's the star. I'm the co-host. That's how that goes. That's how that works. Alrighty. Well, unfortunate that did not work as the way we wanted. I guess it could be the size of the impactor, but I don't know exactly what the mechanics of how it works are. I honestly thought that a smaller impactor way closer would be better than a larger impactor on the opposite side of the planet. But we can still go back to our other mission here. And we can go to the Penelope spacecraft, named after Penelope the Pooch. And we can still fly this because it's got plenty of fuel. Although we got to make sure that all the engines are turned off. Those are off. Those are, I'm pretty sure these would all be off. They've never been activated. These are probably still on. Shut all these down. Shut down engine, shut down engine, shut down engine. Alright, now we're just looking at the nuclear engines on the butt of this thing. We've got 2,500 Delta V to get somewhere. Maybe build an actual interplanetary ballistic missile to be launched from Kerbin and set it full thrust into the air. I could do that. We would have to make the thing is cost. We were cool using an old spacecraft that was no longer of any use, or the cheap lander because it was cheap. I think what I'm going to probably have to do is research it a little bit online and figure out what the actual crashing. Oh, no, I'm not crashing, Penny. What the actual statistics on that are. There's Kerbin. Wait, actually, these guys have been up here for a while. I wonder if they can. Hey, they got science to transmit too. No astronauts ready. We can transmit the science though, right? Electrical charge is fine for that. It's just fuel and engines. Well, yeah, it's just fuel and engines. Well, power, batteries, photovoltaics, probe core. But you know, just building just a basic spacecraft to get to Duna is a little pricey. Hey, Gold Ducat. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today. Still a little hoarse, but I'm okay. It's another 474 science. Okay, so now let's zoom out here because we are. Oh, you know what we were gonna do is we were gonna go to Ike. That should be simple. We were gonna make a very quick trip to Ike. There we go. No, okay, and nuclear engine, so very long burn time. Face towards the maneuver node. Won't even need to slow down on arrival to go into orbit. Do an intercept and adjust. Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, send a penny, do another planet. That's the idea. But we do another one of our missions is to fly by Ike, gather scientific data in return. We actually don't need to actually enter orbit at all. We just fly by, get a little bit of science, and we're fine. All right, and then we'll zoom forward a little bit. We want to burn at about a minute. All these, yeah, three engines on. All right, there we go. Just need to do a quick little flyby. And that looks like it'll just throw us into a really eccentric orbit around Duna, which is fine. I can make use of that. Excuse me. Now, so we get a little bit of science for the or a little bit of cash from the flyby, a little bit of cash from the scientific data, and then the actual end bit to get the full amount, we return from Kerbin from a flyby. So basically, that'll just get left up there until someday. Why is this not working? What's going on here? Something's not right. I think I know what it is. We're not going anywhere close to the right direction. Because we were controlling from one of the side bits. We weren't going... yeah. Alright, well, fuck me. I always do that. Just put it on prograde now. There we go. So that messed up our inclination and wasted a little bit of fuel. I always do that. Forgot to switch it. So you know what we'll just do is we'll just leave this on. We'll just go prograde and we'll stop as soon as there's an intercept. Something didn't look right. That's the second time I've done that today. Something didn't look right, and it took me too long to figure it out. It's not the end of the world. It's not like this was a super, you know, crazy burn or anything like that. Probably pretty close now. Come on. Come on. That bit of mess up on our inclination there's only 5 degrees, and at this, yeah, there we go. And then if I want, I could even adjust this, which would be my normal, right? Yep, That'll adjust that. Try to get the plane, get that orbital plane kind of lined back up. It wasn't off by that much. I give it a little bit more juice. Close enough. All right. All right, we've got 2100 delta V to try to get to another body. I think that's enough. Here, let's point prograde just so it looks nice. Boop. That is gonna rocket me right out somewhere. Holy crap. Holy mother of God. Does that impact? That doesn't impact the surface, does it? That's a flyby and a half right there. Or you might want to raise that up just a hair. 10,000 meters. Make sure we don't hit a mountain. This is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. This is fine. It's fine. How close are we? Hi, friends. Alright, well, let's see all the details. Crew report. There's nobody in there. Crew report. Oh, you know what we could do? Turn it into data for this. Just immediately turn it into data. We already have a lot, but... well, I gotta reset these one of these days. Reset material bay. Observe. So it seems to be wiggling a little. Parachutes never got reset. Where's my here we go. Log pressure data. And now that thing's kind of full. Here, just put it on stability assist. Don't. There we go. Stop wiggling around. Gravioli data. Transmit. Now let's make this easier on me. Aim camera. Here it is. Goop. Transmit it. Yeah, we got science. It's fine. We got scientists around. Did we already do this one? Log pressure data. Transmit. Where's my Where's my thermometer? There it is. And transmit. All right, that's good. I have to get someone out here to fix those parachutes. All right, so I did get cash for each of these. So returning to Kerbin would be something I could do, but what I want to see is where I am after this point. Well, hey, hang on. Let's get a good view of Ike first. Oh God, that's freaky. Oh. Trying to land on Ike. I'm already here. I don't have any missions or anything for that to actually land here, and I don't need the science. I'm honestly, I think I'm. There's only maybe 3
Shut up,
things
baby.
left.
I know it.
Wowie Z. That's what meowie. Zuh. Thanks for the diddly. That's what I'm gonna go with. Meowie. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Like I said, I don't really need the science. I can get all the science I need just from my mobile processing labs. Like, I just transmitted 500 science back, just like that, no issue. Good gravity assist? True. True. That wasn't exactly the plan, but hey, look, close enough to see the texture of the surface. It's beautiful. How many rockets for this entire ship? It was 13 total. And 2 of those were just refueling it before it left. I believe it was 13, because this was one section, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe it was less than 13. Because each of these was 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it was 1. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've been saying 13 this whole time. It might have been 10. I think it was 10. So I think it was 8 to assemble and 2 to fuel. But she's beautiful. These guys have been out here for 10 years. 10 years. Yeah, I think it was about 5 hours of playtime to assemble it. 5, maybe a little bit more. But this is the lander, reusable. Escape pod, just in case things go tits up. Communications, command, so command pod, reaction control, RCS fuel tank, backup fuel tank, science section, engine section, main fuel tank. And then there was 2, we used 1, but this is a detachable microlander. It has 1000 delta V, parachutes, heat shield, so in theory it should be able to land on most bodies, except the ones with really thick atmospheres, and get back. Refuel the escape pod. I believe it is not. It is not refueled. Shoot. Did I refuel this? Yes. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So if, just want to make sure we disable the crossfeed. Disable crossfeed. We don't want to pull the fuel out of this. In fact, can I transfer in there? Yeah. Probably would be a good idea to make sure these are fueled. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's make sure that the lander and the escape pod are fueled and disable the crossfeed. Let's make sure we, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Everything's fine. We'll do this while we're doing our super, super low altitude flyby of hike. Holy crap. All right, so now, also, let's make sure that the micro lander is fueled as well. I mean, this barely holds anything, but make sure it's topped off, and then we'll disable all the crossfeeds. And then we'll figure out where we're going next. All right, so we want to grab this, disable crossfeed. Grab this, disable the crossfeed. I think this one I already did. Yeah, okay, so now it won't pull the fuel out of those. And we've got, without pulling fuel out of the other sections, we got 1500 delta V on this engine, on the main section. But now it's time to leave Ike behind. Bye, friend. Nice shot, though, isn't it? Ike, Duna in the sun. Hey, and because this spaceship is designed for long-term travel, even if we do run out of fuel, send out a tanker. I do have a plan, though. I have a plan of sending out upgrades for this. How much Delta V did I start with from Kerbal orbit? I think at max it's like 2,800. But I just refueled this here at Duna. Kind of wanted to see where we are in terms of our orbit once we leave. Oh yeah, that's sending us out of That's gonna put us on our solar orbit. Any mods? No mods. Just the DLC. So yeah, let's escape Duna and see what we can what we can reach from a solar orbit. Might be able to try to get some sort of intercept with another body. Send out a command capsule to bring the nuclear engines back to Kerbal. Well, I don't need to bring... I mean, I don't have any plans on bringing the whole... sending this back to Kerbal. Not really too much of a point in doing that right now. Decouple a section and replace it with an upgrade. Exactly. Because what I was thinking was what we could do is we can put in a large couple... Because we only got small couplers up here. We could put in a coupler adapter or a large coupler section in here. And what we could do is either send... I was thinking of maybe replacing the engines with more powerful engines. Although, I mean, they do have really good specific impulse. It kind of could use just more fuel or a mobile fuel processing lab with it. All right, so this is where we are. We could try to get to Dress here. Or we could try to go to the inner solar system. Kind of in a good spot to try to get to Dress, it looks like. Let's just add a maneuver somewhere in front of me. Then zoom out. See what we can do in terms of... Do we want to do it from the other side? Do we want to wait a while? Or we could try to go to the inner solar system a little? Because that showed the intercept like over here somewhere. I'm not getting, like, a closest... Is our inclination off? Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, that might not be a good idea. Dress has it, that's the problem. You got 30 hours of work this coming week. That's about a few. Go to Moho. Where's Moho? Is that one of the inner ones? So this is Kerbal. That's an old satellite. There's Eve. There's Moho. Wouldn't Eve be easier to get to? I don't think I'm going to try Dress because its inclination's off. Which means it would require more... I'm going to try to go to Eve. Add a maneuver. Slow down. Oh yeah, look at that. We almost had it. That's a lot of Delta V, though. We could do an intercept at 1,500 Delta V to slow down. Which is everything we've got without the fuel tanks up here. But, I mean, that's not with adjusting. Hang on, let's go to Eve. Focus view, what does that look like? Oh, that's like, and we would need so much Delta V to slow down. So that's where we are. So let's, we want to do it with the smallest amount of delta V we can. Which is going to be difficult. So let's grab this. Or we could pull it in. Pull it in like this. Or no, that's more delta V because we're going in, we're trying to slow down. Oh, this thing does not have the delta V to try to do this, does it? Because ideally we want to do it with way less than what we're using here, because we have to try to slow down too. We can pull fuel from the tanks. From the other tanks to try to do it. Because it's expensive to try to get there. What we could do, we could bring it back to Kerbin and try to upgrade it. What I'm thinking, what might be a good idea, is to build have a fuel processing lab with it. It needs more fuel. It just doesn't carry. I don't feel like it carries enough to really do these missions without a lot of help. We could fly back to Kerbin with what we got, and we can upgrade it. If I put on a fuel processing lab and a small lander that's capable of getting ore up to it, a drone landing with an inflatable heat shield, yeah. Because my current landers right now are drones. So to simplify it, what we would need to do is put the miners on the lander so that we don't have to have a rover move out and get it. The only other thing we would need is we would need a surface scanner. We would need to attach a surface scanner to the spacecraft so that we can maneuver it into... It would probably be easier to have that detachable so that we could just maneuver the scanner into orbit. And then we can actually find where the ore is, land in the correct spot, get the ore, and bring it back. But I definitely think bringing the spacecraft back to Kerbin and upgrading it would be the right idea. See, the engine section quadrupled. 12 engines? You want 12 engines on this? I don't even know how I would fit 12 engines on it. Like, 3 take up that back section. What I was thinking about doing is replacing the engine section with a wider one, so it has, you know, way more volume. I don't think 12 engines is... I don't think adding engines on is the solution, because the thrust isn't an issue. It's just the amount of fuel it can carry. Because I'm using low thrust engines with a high specific impulse. If I wanted more thrust, I just get rid of the nuclear engines and I use a high thrust engine. Here, let's plan this out. Kerbin, you're over here. Set his target. Alright, now all we need to do... add a maneuver, slow down. We have to get to a different orbit, which is much cheaper to get to. A little bit more. Oh, I don't care about the burn times. A 2-minute burn time isn't a problem for me. Now we just need to find where in the orbit we need to do this so that we actually hit it. You just use, just use physics warp. Did I just pull that out? I think I just went the wrong way. Here we go. Yeah, this'll work. So it'll actually get me money, too, for finishing this. It's like a couple $100,000. Kerbal set, oh, nope. Focus view. That'll work. It's 1,200. We'll have to use a fair bit of delta V to slow down. But we could just pull it out of the tanks. You just pull it out of the other tanks. Ideally, I don't know how fast I'll be going at this point. That's 1,200. Oh, can I do it with... Ideally, I'd want to do it with less than 1,200. So we got to get captured. I gotta grab the node. Where's the node? Here it is. I say that's making basically no difference in the delta. Those are like ticks of 1. We know that fuel can be transferred through girders, so radially mount some. Oh, see, no, that you're overthinking the problem. I can easily get couplers on there. I could insert a coupler section so that I could add more parts to the spaceship and just add fuel tanks on. I don't need to add engines to make up for the weight, because the engines have high specific impulse, low thrust. Adding on more fuel and more engine is giving me more thrust, but I'm also burning more fuel, so it's mitigating the additions. Trying to imagine a way to add more fuel without making it longer. Oh, that's easy. Yeah, I think you're overthinking the problem by a lot. Take the engine section off, replace it with an engine section that's wider. Because I have fuel tanks that are just wider. So just way more volume, same engines, double the amount of fuel. That's not an issue. God, you know what's gonna suck is if I hit Kerbal and then I don't have enough fuel to slow down. It would be better. Here, what if we, I think we can make this better. Because we're hitting it, like, just at a glance here. It'd be better to hit it, like, out there. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. I think. God damn it. Oh, god damn it. Didn't want to do that. God, fuck, I want the other goddamn node. Yeah, because that's less fuel to do that. Not by much, but it's less fuel. We want to do it with the smallest amount of fuel possible. Right, I think I shaved off a little bit there. Go this way. Yeah. That shaves off a little bit of fuel by doing it like that. I was at 1,500 before, wasn't I? There we go. pretty sure the first time I tried that, I was at 1,500. Now I'm at 1,100. Which, that leaves me a fair bit more fuel, several hundred more Delta V than I had the last time. Node in 403 days. Warp to next maneuver. These poor bastards. The mission's already 10 years long. And let's hope we don't just, okay, so. If there is not enough fuel to slow down, they can jump out in the escape pod and stop. That is an option. I don't want to... I would rather not leave this spaceship unattended. But, if we need to, we get the Kerbals back, no problem. 10 years of no food. There are mods that add life support systems. But this is no mods. 0 mods. This is just base game. Only 100 days left. Do a crew switch? Well, I mean... I think you're a couple steps ahead of me here. Burn time of 8 minutes. I can pop that up to 4 times, so 1 minute. More crew space. I do not need more crew space. I do not need more than the people I already have on here. Oh shit. It like warped me past where I wanted to be. It's not a big deal. I don't need more crew space. 3 is the max I need. And I don't think there's much of a point in switching out the crew. But the first thing I need to worry about is making sure we can stop. Could Penelope Mark II be built in less long? Well, it probably could. But there's no need, unless we lose the spaceship, there's no need to rebuild it. We can keep the majority of it and just add on to it. Just take an old section off and replace it with an upgraded one. All right, so then we just physics warp up. Am I hitting the wrong button? I am. There we go. Cool. So we just gotta get that down. Dun, 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 dun. It's wibbling around a little bit, but that's not a big deal. Transport many sections unassembled inside a giant fairing, and then assemble them in orbit. Theoretically, yes, but that seems like a very inefficient way of doing it. I mean, if you could fit them all in the fairing unassembled, you could probably fit them all in the fairing assembled too, and you're lifting the same amount of weight. The only benefit to having them unassembled would be like Tetrising them in together to fit in a more compacted spot. But it seems like it would be a lot. That if you do it that way, every single individual component has to have a probe core, power, solar panels, RCS. Yeah, that's way more work than it's worth. Launch a giant rocket with everything on it. That's expensive. We're almost there. And then we'll finish this burn, and then we'll see where we stand in terms of adjusting our orbits. $200 left. Oh yeah, this is the Iron Man career mode. No min mission loading. All failures are permanent. Alright, now we will, that back down to normal speed. Which is why I have 7 dead Kerbals on my hands. 11 if you count tourists. No min-mission loading. You have to have satellites to control probes. I like my games to be difficult. Almost there. So this is how much Delta V is left, not counting these spare fuel tanks. All right, let's see what that does for us. It gets us close, but we're going to have to adjust ever so slightly. So let's put a maneuver in front of us and see what we need to do to adjust for this. Wait. No. We've got an intercept right here. That's fine. Kerbin encounter. All right, let's see. Let's see how this works. So I hope the ship makes it back. If it's too hairy, everybody can get out and get into the escape pod. The first things first though, go to Kerbin, burn all the fuel left in the main tank. The next part would be to see if transferring fuel from the reserve tanks would be enough to slow us down. If not, then we get out, we get into the escape pod, and we abandon Penelope. And then we build Penelope 2, bigger and stronger, with better fuel tanks, and with a mobile processing lab. No, we should be good, so let's see. Kerbin encounter is in only another 1.5 years. These poor bastards. How many years are they gonna... I wonder how many years they're gonna be out here. Well, right now we're on 11 years. Oh, man. These poor bastards. This is my most experienced crew, though, so I don't want to lose them. I mean, worst case scenario... The ship runs completely out of fuel, is in free orbit. We build a fuel tanker, we refuel it. Martian vibes for the large spacecraft not being able to slow down enough to encounter a planet. Yep, sounds about right. Sounds about right. I mean, yeah, like, worst case scenario, we have the technology and the skill sets to be able to build a fuel tanker and intercept this thing. So, take the Misfortune 1 fuel tanker, upgrade it to be a Misfortune 2 fuel tanker, and there we have it. We put on more efficient engines, maybe a larger fuel capacity, better probe core, things like that. Communications array so that it could actually go out the distance and come back. We fix it. All right, come on, you bitch. Here I come. Whip. Uh-oh. All right, warp here. But let's see what we're gonna need here. Orbital velocity around Kerbin's 1,400 meters per second. Add maneuver. How much do we need to burn to slow down? How much do we need to slow down to be captured? Just barely. We do not have enough. We need 1,080 Delta V to slow down enough to be captured by Kerbin.
You make me sad.
This says we have 400. We need 1,000. But that's not taking these into account, is it? What if we... Here, what if we can grab these?
No!
Oh, it did pull fuel out of here? Hang on. No, don't worry, guys, don't worry. I have an idea. What is going on here? Why is the delta V going down? Oh, you know what? I can't keep... this is not accurate information. Is it? I just added... okay, now it readjusted to 900? What? Ditch the oxidizer. Is there a way to do that? Can I... Is there a way to... I didn't think you could do that. Is there a way to get rid of oxidizer? Because if I ditch that, I save a lot of weight. I know there's a way to ditch ore, but I don't see, like, an option for it. Well, oh, see, when you suggested that, I thought you were saying there is a way to do it. Let's see, Kerbal Space Program. Let's see if there is a way. Let's Google it. Eject oxidizer. Is it possible to dump fuel? With mods. Yeah, this chat's saying you can't do that. How's the space stuff been going? Space stuff's okay. Okay, there are other options to save as much of the spaceship as I can. I can lose weight by decoupling some of the heavier sections. I almost have enough fuel. I'm feeling better. Use fuel from the escape pod. I already transferred it out. I transferred all the liquid fuel out. I need 1,080. I have 900. I have monopropellant. So I can burn my RCS thrust. I mean, I have monopropellant out the wazoo on this. How much I've got? Monopropellant, 1,000 monopropellant. So I could burn that and see how much I could get off. And what I think I could save them. I think I can make this work. I can always lose weight. Like right now. What the fuck are you doing, spacecraft? Why are you wiggling around like that? I could ditch weight by throwing off some of the heavier sections that I plan on upgrading. Like, I was thinking of upgrading the lander to see if I can make it usable for more environments. So if I transfer what I need out of the lander, like the fuel and the monopropellant and stuff, then just throw it away, that saves like 14 tons. Why is it doing this? Stabilities. But what I'm going to do is RCS. See, I got RCS thrusters all over the place on this bad boy. And ideally what we need to do is slow down enough that this red line disappears. It would be better to do this at my my periapsis. Not this one, but I'd rather do it now for safety's sake. Oh yeah, and losing the weight from the monopropellant will make my my delta V go up on this. What I'm gonna do is physics warp here. We need the number on the left side of the screen to match the number on the right. So this one needs to match this one. And we're okay. Yeah, look at the monopropellant. It's gonna be a close one. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so fucking close. $946, $982. We might have to ditch some weight. Yeah, add in a fudge factor. I'm gonna save a little bit of that. Pull this down. Did it pull? All right, so here, let's do this. Let's decouple this. Not much weight, but it's a little bit. That's not doing me any good. The escape craft is perfectly fine, but we were planning on replacing the lander. Emergency monopropellant engines? Well, I mean, that's what all these monopropellant engines are. They all serve as emergency engines. So we could transfer the crew out of the lander. Ditching 14 tons from the lander would definitely get us that wiggle room we need. Because we have a lot better technology now. We could definitely replace the lander. So let's transfer crew. Make sure we don't leave anybody in there. You go over to that one. Hang out in the escape craft. Liquid fuels is gone from there, so we'll suck out the rest of the remaining monopropellant. Wow, this is really coming down to the wire, isn't it? Let's put that in over here. And then decouple this. Just want to make sure there's nothing I need on there, right? Nothing I need. We're good? Good to get rid of it? Just so you could use the throttle so I don't have to hold the button? Oh, I don't mind holding the button. Adding on extra weight just so I don't have to hold down a button? Undock it. Sorry. You will be remembered. It did its job. Hey. Look at that. We got enough. Although we might want to wait a little bit. Wait for it to drift off. Turn the RCS off. Here, let's, oh, we don't even need a physics warp. We can just regular time warp. Wait for it to drift off to the side. And then we'll come in closer here. So, burn time of 6 minutes. So we're definitely going to want to give this a little bit of wiggle room here. As long as we're captured, all is well. They are tiny and they have the cute name. But it is still adding on extra complexity and weight for no reason. All right, warp a little bit closer. Want to be retrograde. Put the unwanted oxidizer. It was already, the oxidizer tank was full. The oxidizer tank was full already. I already know, Mother Russia. So I don't want to shoot past this and waste my efficiency. All right, so 30 minutes, we can cut that in half again. And we're definitely gonna have to excuse me, physics warp again. Kerbal's out and push. I've done that before. I have had to do that before. Yeah, we could cut that in half again. I just don't want to go past it. All right, facing retrograde. Wait, what? What the fuck? No way in hell. Oh, it's this. I thought we accidentally, like, intercepted an old spacecraft I left in orbit around Kerbin. Just happened to almost, like, pinpoint hit it. No. It was the thing we detached. I was like, there's no way in hell that accidentally happened. We'll get a little bit closer, then we'll do our burn. So we needed this. We got that. Oh, the problem is the asymmetric weight now, though. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, I wonder if the RCS. How much thrust can we give it and have it compensate? That's why I made the weight symmetrical. The key here is how much thrust can I give the engines and have the reaction control wheels balance it out. 2/3. RCS might hold it steady. Oh, there's not a lot of RCS left. I would hate to ditch this thing having just installed it. Okay, I got an idea. Transfer all the oxidizer out of that that section sitting, because that's probably like half the weight of that thing. Is that oxidizer sitting in there? That might help it out. Transfer that weight in line. That's better. That's better. That's a lot better. That's almost max thrust. Slowly turning up the engines and then waiting and watching for stability. Alright, max. It looks like at max, it just barely starts drifting. Yeah, so let's drop it down. I think we can hit about 90. Modeeps, thanks for the follow. Genius moving that mass over here. I don't know what made me think of that, but it helped. It helped a lot. I think we can hit 80 to 90% thrust, and it'll be fine. So let's get some physics warp going and see how it holds. All right, we gotta lower it a little. 80% looks to be about right. And we have a little tiny wiggle room left with the monopropellant. It's got a little bit of a seesaw there, but I think it'll be okay. Oh, you know what would be fun? Building a space shuttle to service this. Ooh, that might be the next thing on the list of things to do, is to build a space shuttle, a space plane, to assist to assist in cheaply servicing this thing. So I was thinking, because this isn't gonna have, ideally what I would want to do is bring this into a low Kerbin orbit, so that it'd be easier to service. It's not gonna have enough fuel to do that itself, so ideally what I could do is make sure it's got a coupler on there, go up there and grab it, pull it back. I think we're gonna make it. Oh, you see the old parts. Penelope 1 probe and David the Lander 3. Bringing that in. I burned a little bit early because I knew I wouldn't be able to be at full thrust there. Spew an immigrant link of a heavy lift single stage orbit. Sure, do it. Oh wow, look at that. We got it. And actually, we needed less fuel than anticipated. So what do we got left in the tank? 99 Delta V left. 99. And we're successfully captured. Wait, does this return to Kerbin from a flyby? Ooh, that means somebody's got to go back. Oh, the spacecraft. Oh, shit. No, this is fine. The spaceship that went to Ike has to return. I could send back the lander or the escape pod, and then just fly up a new one. It'll be really cheap to. It'll only cost like 30,000 ducats to fly up a new one. Well, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna burn the rest of my fuel, pulling this in a little bit. Oh, wow. That drifted right off its angle. What the fuck? I think I may have used too much thrust. Pull that in. A re-entry now, please. Unfortunately, that's not going to be possible. Alright, because we are captured, but officially out of fuel. Which means that the rest of the rebuild is going to have to take place on a more complicated scale. Because I can't get any closer right now. I used all the gas that was inside the reserve tanks to get a capture. But we made it back to Kerbin. So the next set of things to do will be to build a space plane to help service this. Haul it back into a low Kerbin orbit, like a nice stable equatorial low Kerbin orbit, so that it's easy to work with. Or bring it to the moon and dock it with. Oh, we can do that. That might be an easier thing to do. Bring it to the moon to bring it back to the moon to go to my refueling station. A refueling station's fucking can fill this thing up like that, no problem. So if we wanted to, what we could do is, because we were talking about replacing the engine section with a larger one, decouple this and just let it drift away. Build our upgraded engine section and fly it out to this. Then adjust the orbits, fly it back to the moon. Dock with the refueling base. Top off her fuel tanks. Fly back to Kerbin. Place her in an equatorial orbit. And then work on her from there. Heavy transfer single stage to orbit vehicle. Holy crap. It's got a hell of a cargo bay. It's beautiful though. It's got a tiny little guy inside his bay there. Yeah, that's cute. I like it. But we are just out of time today. It is noon and that is my normal stop time, and I'm playing Call of Cthulhu later today with some buds. So we are gonna wrap it up here for the day. I'll be streaming this again Friday and Saturday of this coming week. The entire stream schedule is always posted on Discord, and I'll get these uploaded to YouTube in the following week or two. Discord. Okay, put the Discord link up. There we go. 4th time's a charm. Thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.